So a while ago, I was trying to design my own card game, and I bought a bunch of cards like this on Amazon. And when I say a bunch, I mean I bought a lot of cards like this. They have been sitting in my game room unused for a long time, and so I decided it'd be cool to try and create monster cards on cards like this, right? Instead of index cards. And the reason, okay, the real big reason, normal deck of cards, okay, that's going to store. I guess I so right, so that card is completely inside. So you could get a bunch of them, and you could store them in a card. You know, I've got a nice stack of blank ones right here. You could store them in a normal playing card deck pack, right? And maybe, you know, if you want, you could have the cards for what, you know, the deck of many things or in here, and then you have your monster cards in here. So your players, you know, you have a portable sort of whatever it is that you need from the monster manual, but then you can also have a magic item that your players can actually physically interact with, right? So you could do that. And let's see. This is what the one side is going to look like, and then on the other side, and you can kind of decide, I want to be that orientation when I flip it over, right? And I want the text to be this direction, okay? So let's fill in the baboon. What do we need to know about the baboon? It's a small beast. It's unaligned. Its armor class is 12. Its hit points are 3 or 1d6. It's got a climb speed, okay? It's got all of its stats. What do we need to know? Oh, my pen is not wanting to. Oh, it's just turning. It's not actually wanting to, like, there we go. It's clicked open. So first, we're going to rewrite the name. Okay. And I'm going to underline that just because. We need to know the AC. And the AC is something that's not going to change, right? AC is 12. Okay. And we can put HP on the same line. All right. And these are reference cards. So it's 3. And then I'll include 1d6 in case I decide that I want to roll HP, right? Now, what does it do? We need the climb speed, right? So speed, all right, and you can abbreviate speed, is 30, but then we've got a climb speed of 30, okay? It's got a passive perception of 11. We probably don't need that. It's got a proficiency bonus. We probably don't need that. It has pack tactics, right? Now, I know what pack tactics does, and it's that if you have multiple creatures of this and they're all attacking the same thing, they get advantage on their attacks, right? Specifically, the text of pack tactics, the baboon has advantage on an attack roll against a creature if at least one of the baboon's allies is within 5 feet of the creature and the ally isn't incapacitated, right? I don't need to write that down because I know what pack tactics is. Now, the only other thing is the bite attack, right? And I'm labeling it bite attack to help remind myself that it's an action, right? I guess they could get an opportunity attack, and it's attack of opportunity, a reaction, but it's the bite attack. It's +1 to hit, okay? We know it's only going to be one target because it's a bite, and the reach is 5 feet, so it can bite something that it's close to. I'm not going to include the reach of 5 feet because I know it has to be in a square right next to it, and it does 1d4 minus 1. It might help if I spelled piercing correctly. Piercing damage, okay? And that's all I need for the baboon, okay? And notice that there's some empty space here, right? So if I wanted a more difficult creature, I could do, I could add, let's do the badger, right? That might be, does that have any more? No, that doesn't actually have any more in its stat block. Let's see, what's one that does have more in its stat block? I made, I plan to make some cards. Let's see, let's look at what a camel has. right? A camel might have something cool in its stat block that we need to include. Okay, so first things first, camel up at the top. And then the AC is 9. The HP is 15. And that is 2d10 plus 4. Okay. The speed is 50. Okay. I can't remember if I put a colon after speed. I did. All right. The speed is 50. All it has is a bite attack. That's pretty much it. Huh. I thought the camel was going to be more difficult or more stuff than. So let's see. That's plus 5. And it is 1d4 bludgeoning damage. 1d4. And I'll just abbreviate bludgeoning. I'm not going to write out bludgeoning. Right? So we've got 2 monster cards done. They were pretty straightforward. I know the satyr, is definitely going to be more difficult. That's a fey creature. So I've got D&D Beyond open to the basic rules right now so that I can click through. Okay, yeah, there's lots of stuff for the satyr. So first we're going to write the name, satyr. All right. And I'm intentionally writing smaller because I need potentially extra room, okay? And this is 31, which is 7d8, okay? And then, you know what? Actually, I could just put 40 feet right there. And I'll just, that's AC, HP, and then speed right there, okay? There are some skills there which it might need, but you can probably just make those up on the fly, right? We have magic resistance. Okay. What does magic resistance do? The satyr has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. I'm going to add that in because there's against spells and magical effects, right? There are a couple of different things that I think of when I think of magic resistance, so I just want to add that in, okay? Now, we have a couple of different attacks, so we're just going to say ram attack, okay? And we have +3, and that is 2d4 plus 1 bludgeoning, 2d4 plus 1 bludgeoning. We have a short sword, okay, so an actual weapon attack. Okay, and that is a +5 to hit, +5, and that is a 1d6 plus 3 piercing, 1d6 plus 3. How do you abbreviate piercing? I don't know. Well, it's I know what that says. And then short bow. Okay. And a short bow actually has a range. So I'm just going to put the range on the same line as short bow. We have a +5, and that is 1d6 plus 3 piercing, 1d6 plus 3 piercing, right? So even a more complicated stat block you're able to put on a card like this. And if it was a really complicated stat block, something that, let's see, the Green Hag, right, is twice the size as far as a stat block goes. So maybe I would do like 2, and I would have like Green Hag 1, Green Hag 2, and I would have like, the stats on them. Or maybe instead of orienting it like this, maybe I would include some details, right? So maybe what you could do is Green Hag, okay? We know it is, let's see, it's 700 experience points, and it is where is its challenge 3? And experience points and challenge are right next to each other. Its AC is 17. Its HP is 82, which is 11d8 plus 33. And it's got a 30-foot speed, right? So I can put those details here on the front and then on the back, right? And the reason I can put details on the front like this is because this is for reference, right? When I'm running combat, I don't have 15 of these cards, right? I'm gonna have, oh, it's out of focus. I'm gonna have like this card, I'm gonna grab it, I'm gonna grab a piece of notebook paper, and I'm literally gonna write down, okay, we're fighting Green Hag number 1, and their AC is 17, their HP is 82, their speed is, I probably won't write their speed, I'll have the card for reference of what their speed is, then I will flip the card over, right, and I wanna make sure I'm orienting it the same way, so it's like this, flip the card over, and I copy down relevant information. There's so much to the Green Hag, I'm not gonna try and copy it down, but you get the idea. That was just something that I thought would be maybe a useful tip for you if you are an aspiring dungeon master. You can use cards, and they sell completely blank playing cards that you could turn into your own deck of monster cards. Okay. So yeah, there you go. And of course, you could just use index cards for this, right? Like you don't have to go buy blank playing cards. You just use index cards. So there you go. Have a fantastic day, everyone. If you liked this video and you think this is a cool idea, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you never miss another upload, and leave your comment below with how you transport large quantities of monsters from place to place without having to take your 20 monster books with you everywhere you go. Aside from a digital solution like D&D Beyond, obviously, because some books are not on D&D Beyond, right? And I've got a lot of monster books. I own none of them on D&D Beyond. They are all sitting on my bookcase. So there you go. Have a good day, everyone, and we'll see you in the next video.